Hello, BC. Dave with you tonight with this week's pickups. Let's get right to it. Hit a garage sale last Saturday. No, actually, it was an estate sale. I got in there, and sure enough, they had records, classical records. I'm going through all these classical records, saying, "Oh God, I don't like it." You know, Handel, Shakespeare, or all the stuff that I hate. And lo and behold, near the end of the stack, I found this gem, Kiss Destroyer. What it was doing in there, I have no idea. But I was happy to find it. I used to have all the Kiss albums. Now I'm trying to find them. This is a great one. This is maybe their best studio album. It's on the, of course, the Casablanca label. This has some cool tracks on it. It's got Detroit Rock City, the car wreck song. God of Thunder, that's the song that Kiss always did live, because that's the song where Gene Simmons would breathe the fire. And it also has two, I think they were hits, Beth and Shout It Out Loud. I think that was a single for them also. Glad to have this. I used to have all the Kiss albums. Glad to find it. Next, we're over in England. 1974. Rick Wakeman, he was in Yes, and they were recording Tales from Topographic Oceans. And they were taking a break, and Rick Wakeman wanted to put on this lavish, Jules Verne inspired. He wanted to do a musical interpretation of Journey to the Center of the Earth. So he brought in I think it was the London Symphony Orchestra, a choir, huge choir, and a band he played with in a bar in his earlier days. And they put on this, basically a Cecil B. DeMille production. That's a picture of Rick. Rick wore a cape back then. A lot of prog artists wore capes. This is on A&M. Another cool thing about this, it comes with the program. This also has narration by David Hemmings, who some of you may know from a movie called Blowout or Blow Up from the 60s. That's the movie where the Yardbirds were in it. And that's the one where Jeff Beck smashes his guitar. But it's got the lyrics and everything on here. Here's a picture of David Hemmings amongst some mushrooms, it looks like. Very cool. That's why I got this, because the one edition of this I do have didn't have this insert, so that was a nice pickup for $1. Next, we've got Rod Stewart. Never a Dull Moment. This is one of those crazy top loaders. I'm not going to get into it because well, it's a very cool record. Actually, a couple weeks ago, Randy Weaver showed this, did a whole video on Rod Stewart with this album and a couple of the albums Rod Stewart did around that at the same time. But yeah, if you want to find out about this album, I definitely think you should check out Randy's channel. It's great. Randy recently had showed his Grateful Dead collection, and I tell you what, it was the most massive Grateful Dead collection I've ever seen in my life. If you like the Grateful Dead, check that video out too. I always check out Randy's videos. He's definitely a great collector. And the next one on my list was a dollar find at Wolfson. Grand Funk Survival. Kind of a funny, I guess, funny album cover. I guess they're cavemen in this one. It's got a little thing from Terry Knight in the back cover, which Terry Knight, apparently they got screwed over by him. He was their manager, and apparently, I'm not 100% sure what went on, but there's a documentary on Grand Funk, and this is great. This is right before they added another member, I think a keyboard player, and started to, you know, lighten up a little bit, and then they faded out. But this is a great album. It's got we've got Gimme Shelter and Feeling All Right on here, which was a Dave Mason song from Traffic. So yeah, another one. A lot of people covered Dave Mason's songs. And last but not least, here we go, before this one, I entered Dylan, the Record Spinners contest a couple of weeks ago, and lo and behold, I won. Thank you, Dylan. I got, my prize was Ghost. How about that? We've got Papa Emeritus. This is a 3-record bootleg. That was recorded in Pennsylvania about 3 years ago. Look at that track listing. It's got all the great tracks, Monstrous Clock. If you have Ghost, and all the great Rats is on here too. This is a Japanese, of course it's got the Japanese, I think it's OBI, I think. There's a picture of Papa with the Unknown Ghouls, I believe they're called. They don't have names. They're called Unknown Ghouls. Cool trifle. It's great to hear an live album that doesn't have the restrictions of editing. And yeah, this is great. I like it. We've also got a, where is it here? I thought I had a, little insert here. Oh, what kind of a poster? Very cool. Thank you, Dylan. I love Ghost. I also love their videos. If you haven't seen their videos, they've got a couple of animated videos that are very good. I love this band. If you haven't heard them before, and you're not looking at them, they kind of sound a little bit like Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah, they're all over the place. You know, it's organ music, guitars and everything. I really like Ghost. And Dylan, you should check out Dylan's site, Dylan the Record Spinner. He's got one of the better DC channels out there. I really enjoy his videos. And that's about all I've got this evening. Not a bad week, but hopefully next week we'll find some holy grails maybe, and maybe not. But with that, I'll leave it with you, and I hope to see and hear from you gentlemen again, and ladies.